Welcome to Sports News. The National Wrestling Federation is putting finishing touches to the Samson Siasia Sports Complex ahead of the second Governor Dixon National Wrestling Championship in Bayelsa State. President of the Federation, Daniel Igali, is optimistic that this year's event will be the best in the history of wrestling tournaments in the country. The Commissioner for Sports Development in Bayelsa State, Pt.4, believes Bayelsa State has comparative advantage in wrestling, and hosting the championship will have a positive effect on the economy.
It's no more for entertainment, for recreation alone. We know that sports is now a money spinner. And wrestling is one of our strong areas, our areas of comparative advantage. If we are aware for quite some time, wrestling more or less had been warehoused in Bayelsa. And we are happy we want to host this. We hope that our athletes will benefit from it. We also hope that there will be multiplier effects, even on society itself.
Having the second Governor Dixon Wrestling Classics in Bayelsa, which happens to be the most important tournament of the year for wrestlers in Nigeria. We're expecting about 400 athletes to converge in Yenagoa from the 10th to the 12th of this month. This will form the basis of the national team too. Even for the Federation, this is a very important tournament. We're having 3 days of street competition. We're probably going to have over 300 matches here in 3 days. So we're getting the facility ready for the tournament.
Now to football, and in the UEFA Champions League, Bayern Munich inflicted an embarrassing 5-1 defeat on 10-man Arsenal at the Emirates to qualify for the next round, 10-2 on aggregate. Theo Walcott gave the Gunners the lead in the 20th minute, but everything crumbled in the second half with Laurent Koscielny's red card, which saw Arsenal concede 5 goals in quick succession. Elsewhere, defending champions Real Madrid came from behind to defeat Napoli 3-1 in San Paolo. A brace from Sergio Ramos and a goal from Alvaro Morata ensured that Zinedine Zidane's men qualify for the quarter-final 6-3 on aggregate. In England, Manchester United striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic will miss Monday's FA Cup quarter-final at Chelsea after accepting a charge of violent conduct and an immediate 3-match ban. The 35-year-old, who is United's leading scorer this season with 26 goals, will also miss the Premier League matches against Middlesbrough and West Bromwich Albion, dealing a significant blow to their hopes of snatching a top 4 place and a Champions League spot. Ibrahimovic and Bournemouth defender Tyrone Mings were charged following 2 incidents in Saturday's ill-tempered 1-1 draw. Mings appeared to deliberately stamp on Ibrahimovic's head as he jumped over him late in the first half at Old Trafford, and the Swedish striker retaliated moments later. Still in the English Premier League, Craig Shakespeare is on the brink of being named Leicester City manager for the rest of the season. Shakespeare's appointment will reportedly be confirmed this week after talks with the Leicester hierarchy on Monday. Leicester controversially dismissed Claudio Ranieri last month, and Shakespeare, the Italian's former assistant, has guided the champions to successive 3-1 victories. Roy Hodgson and Michael O'Neill have also been interviewed for the post, but the search has now been called off after Shakespeare's impact. In other games, 4-time Olympic silver medalist Frankie Fredericks has stepped down as head of the IOC Commission evaluating bids to host the 2024 Olympics. His decision comes after a French newspaper claimed the former Namibia sprinter received a payment days before voting on the 2016 Olympics host city, which was awarded to Rio. Fredericks, who already left a task force helping Russia return to international competition, denies any wrongdoing. He says he's stepping aside so as not to be a distraction to the investigation. That's it on Sports News, and it's back to Ijoma with the rest of the news at 10.
Thanks a lot, Charles. Now, robbers today made away with nearly $2 million in cash from the OR Tambo Airport in Johannesburg, South Africa, in a daring heist. Details of the incident are still unclear, but it's reported that a gang broke into an airplane and stole the cash. The spokesman of the Priority Crimes Unit, the Hawks, says a high-level probe has been launched but won't confirm some bits of information making the rounds just yet. These include that the allegation that the police vehicle was used in the robbery. In 2006, a similar heist involving a current value of about $7.6 million was recovered. After a trial which lasted 6 years, it was found that the gang colluded with airport security operatives. And US President Donald Trump's new immigration policy is receiving a lot of backlash, especially from countries affected. The order signed on Monday was presented as means to strengthen US national security against terror threats. Somalia and South Sudan have responded, saying the move is unjustified. Sudan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs says it deeply regretted that a new ban was issued, saying that Sudanese citizens have never been involved in any crimes or terrorism in the United States. The White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer defended the ban, saying it would help to keep the nation safe.
The first executive order, we felt that it was completely compliant with the law. But if your goal is to get something done in the quickest amount of time, then you have to take into consideration all of those things. We didn't want to wait potentially a year to have it litigated through the court process. So I think that what we did was completely legal in accordance with the law and in accordance with U.S. code. I think we had a setback at the court, and we had to make a decision ultimately about how to pursue what the president felt was in the best interest of keeping the nation safe. I mean, that's it.
And the main news again. The acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, today swore in Justice Walter Onnoghen as Chief Justice of Nigeria. He said Justice Onnoghen is taking office at a time when all have lost confidence in the judiciary and urged him to use his position to revive the institution. Also today, the federal government finally released the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, and it's expected to run for 3 years. And White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer today defended President Trump's travel ban on 6 Muslim-majority countries, insisting it'll help to keep America safe. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Kunyato. Good night.